Hi, I'm Kelley.
My name is Jen.
Hi, I'm Claudia Greenstone.
My favourite thing about isolation was getting to slow down, to stop. We were due to go on a theatre tour just before everything was shut down, and I was actually feeling a little under the weather, not COVID related, just production week related. And so I spent the first couple of weeks just resting and chilling, and for the first time I didn't feel guilty about it because everyone, well, most of us except the essential services, were in the same boat. So we just got to rest, and it was nice. And then I got to kind of rebalance and really got used to just taking things a little easier and finding that balance and realizing, hey, I don't have to work 100 miles an hour. It's taken 36 years to get to that point. And it took a pandemic to kind of solidify it. So yeah, that was my favorite thing.
Being able to stay at home and not have to go and do things. I actually am a bit of a homebody, and I like that. I like not having to go out and be obligated to do things. So yeah, I've liked being home.
I'd have to say my favourite thing was the slower pace of life. Everything just slowed down. I wasn't running around like a crazy woman like I normally am from thing to thing. Everything was just kind of like, it just felt more relaxed and just slower, simpler. I kind of really liked that simplicity and that slower pace.
The worst thing, there was a lot of bad things. Obviously, our tour was cancelled, which sucks. Well, not cancelled, postponed. Hoping to go on later this year. Fingers crossed. Not getting to see my family. So obviously flights are out, and I don't know when I'm going to get to see them again in person, which is hard. I talk to my mum normally 2 or 3 times a week these days, and my sisters normally on our chats and phone calls and things too, but it's not the same as being there. So that's been kind of hard.
Obviously the worst thing is just the fact that the whole world has just been affected by a monstrous amount of deaths, really. And thinking in Australia, just worrying that this horrible virus could affect people that we love, and having to not see people that we love as a result of it. And that was pretty hard. It still is hard.
Being on an emotional roller coaster, that is partly to being in isolation by myself some of the time, but then also having friends and family going through things that are interstate, and that I can't go and be with them. That's been pretty hard.
I remember because of COVID, I had more time to be creative with cooking. I don't normally like cooking, but I had a little bit more time to prepare. Now we're vegetarian, pescatarian, and I remember being a bit more creative with my cooking and making this thing that tasted really good. And I was like, yes, I've become a better cook as a result of COVID. So that's a pretty good benefit for everyone, including my family. Not consistently, but often.
Actually, the greatest moments were probably when La Mama Theatre supported me as an artist during this time to create new content, and to support me in self-development as an artist. That's been pretty amazing. And that would be in par with actually spending half of this time in isolation down the coast with my family, and reminding me what's important, and reminding me that to having a balanced life is being able to turn off from your work, and actually being around family is number one. But also being able to be around family while being supported by a prestigious company so you can still create creative work goes hand in hand. My nieces and nephews actually helped me. They actually helped me create some of that content that I was funded to do. So maybe I wouldn't have done that if I wasn't being able to be with my family so much.
My great moment was buying my horse. I've been waiting for a very, very long time to get a horse and get back into competing, hopefully soon. And so with isolation and COVID, I had way more time to look for them because there wasn't much else to do. But I also had a little bit of extra money. So I was, and then after a little looking, and yeah, I kind of bit the bullet and just did it. Found my boy. So that's been the best thing, and that's been helping me a lot just generally in life. And so that's my best moment.
A terrible moment is there's been a lot of death during this time that I haven't been able to go and acknowledge because it's interstate, or, you know, let her go to a funeral. There's been a lot of people that have lost people, and that's been the worst moment, not being able to be there for your friends and family, like physically. You can only Zoom so many family dinners. It's just not the same.
My worst moment was not getting to go to America. That really sucked. Basically, we had our tour cancelled, which was frustrating because we'd worked really hard and we were super excited. And then we were meant to be going to the US of A because our web series got into a couple of web fests over there. So we were going for a month and it was going to be very amazing. And yeah, so that was disappointing because that would have been my first proper trip to the Americas. So that's, yeah, that was probably the worst thing.
I forget when I was in the supermarket in the early weeks, and I just remember looking at everyone and half the people wearing masks, and everybody was just looking at each other really suspiciously, like everybody was infected. It was just looked like everybody was assuming the other person was infected, and there was all this horrible negative energy and suspicion, and everyone looked at each other like they were aliens, and it was just, I don't know, I remember thinking, what the frig are we in at the moment? This is so surreal and like a Black Mirror episode. It's so weird and horrible.
Things I want to come back to at the end of this is family.
Well, what I'm looking forward to coming back is going to see theatre again. I miss not being able to go see shows, musicals, even to the movies would be kind of cool.
When this is over, I'm very excited to just be able to touch everyone, like hug everyone and jump on people. I'm very tactile and physical, and I love people, and it'd be good just to be able to not have to hold back and, you know, do all that.
Seeing my favourite people in a group setting.
A healthy lifestyle and mentally and physically fit.
What I'm wanting to keep, however, from what I've learnt in isolation, is I want to keep the balance in my life.
And also, of course, I had a play that was cancelled this year that I was really looking forward to, and all artists. I'm just so excited for everybody to be able to perform again and do what they love, and for pubs and theatres to open up.
I think I want to come back to me, if that sounds... I do a lot of projects for a lot of people, and I think I need to remember to make time for me.
Not run around like a headless chicken 24/7. It's okay to have moments of busyness, but I want to try and prioritize my time so that I'm having enough time to do the things that I love and my creative stuff, and obviously, you know, and fitting in work around those as best I can. So that's what I want to keep and what I'd like to come back to. Some shows, please.